Do you think we're going to get there anytime soon?
I think it's possible. I think we may be in for a bit of a correction possibly beforehand. We've attempted to move above that level on a number of occasions and failed each time. So that would suggest that the market's not quite there yet. When you look at what's driven us to these levels, it is this promise of fiscal stimulus, and I think Donald Trump a couple of days ago had this opportunity to deliver that move through 20,000, but instead focus more on these protectionist measures, which are not market friendly. So,
Totally agree with you about the rationale around reflation, why the market has moved, but there's been another component which has been big hopes around earnings season, and that you might finally see justification for a re-rating of stocks. Earnings season is right upon us. Doesn't 20,000 depend on how bullish or bearish you are about the earnings season?
It certainly can do. I mean, ultimately, 20,000 means nothing. It's just a level that people have become fascinated with, and it's become almost this self-fulfilling resistance. I think earnings season is going to obviously play a major part in all of this, but yeah, I just have to wonder how much the market is overpriced in this stimulus and therefore these better levels of growth in the US. And in the absence of any details, even a good earnings season, you wonder, is that going to be enough to push it through this big, clear psychological level?
It's interesting how, as the markets just become a little exhausted around the Trump momentum, we've also seen the dollar coming off here, and so much of what happens this year seems to be about how much stronger the dollar gets. What kind of calls are you making at the moment around dollar yen, dollar Aussie?
Well, the dollar I always find to be a difficult one to move against, because ultimately, if you look around the world, it's the one currency which you can see getting stronger all the time. But there's always going to be periods of correction, and you look against the Australian dollar, for example. The Australian dollar's rallied to this kind of 75 level. The Australian story separately is helping to aid this move, of course. And we've hit this 75 level, and I think it's a very important level, maybe one that's been a little bit overlooked. There's some key moving averages on there technically, and a break abut through them would certainly signify that things are looking much more bullish on this pair, I think.